so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all times. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program. Thank you so much. The Biafra Republic government in exile is Mazi Simon Ekpa. Our enemy knows that. The international community today, they know that already. And they are attending to him. Governments are speaking to him. So stop wasting your time. Stop wasting your energy. Better channel that your energy to somewhere else. Better channel your energy to somewhere else. Maybe somehow Chukwu Okekaiba might show you mercy. Because at the stage that you are today, Mazen Nandekana made that prayer and they said, any one of you that turn against Biafra, whatever you do against Biafra, you are going to get a payback. It doesn't matter how long it takes. It doesn't matter how long it takes. For every blackmail, for every propaganda, for every life you waste in Biafra land, you are going to answer. And as I said before, Biafra is not going to be like the Zoological Republic where people don't obey the rule of law. In Biafra land, where we obey the rule of law. That is why you have to be very careful what you are doing today. If you are a Biafran, when you come to the autopilot platform, for every comment you make on the comment section, be very careful. When you are in autopilot groups, for every voice message you send or text, be very careful. Some of you think you are hiding on that keyboard, that we don't know you. You'll be surprised on that day. Everything you've done will be played for you in the lockout. Everything you have done will be played for you in the lockout. And if the court of Biafra say that you are innocent, good, you go. But if the court of the Biafra say that you are guilty, you will face the full wrath of the law. You will. You will definitely face the full wrath of the law. And if in one way or the other you are not able to make it into Biafra, well, Chukwu Okekaiba will not still forgive you. He won't. Because you were trying to truncate his own mandate. You are trying to truncate the mandate of Chukwu Okekaiba. Because what we are pursuing today is not our personal agenda. It is not a private business. The Biafra we are talking today, it doesn't belong to Mazi Simon Ekpa. It doesn't belong to Mazi Nandekano. It doesn't belong to you or belong to me alone. It belongs to every one of us. Every one of us, old and young, men and women, small and big, rich and poor. That is our nation. That is our nation. As long as you are from the old southeastern region, which is the present south and the southeast of the lower Benue, you must be very, very careful in whatever you are doing. More especially people from the Igbo Biafrans. More especially the Igbo Biafrans. The responsibility of the restoration of Biafra falls on their neck. And you can run away from it. The responsibility of restoring Biafra falls on the shoulder of the Igbo Biafrans. And you can't run away from it. If you run away from that responsibility and you become a hindrance, you become one of those who is trying to hinder it, you will pay dearly. Yes, you will. And you're not going to like what is going to happen. So whatever you are doing today, you have to be very, very careful and very watchful. We have a lot of responsibilities. We know who our enemies are. Focus on them. Tell the world what is happening to the Biafran people. A lot is happening. You can't even when you are trying to explain or make video with the experience of the Biafrans of what they're facing. You cannot finish it. You cannot finish it in a year. You can't finish it in 2 years. The experiences we are facing, or the kind of atrocities that is going on in that contraption, you can't finish it. Today, you can see what is happening there. The loss of life of the indigenous people is going on daily basis. Nobody seems to report it. Nobody cares. People are losing their life on daily basis. Nobody cares. And some of you who think the West will come and do. The West will not do anything for you. They will not. Because whatever that is happening in your country, whatever that is happening in that contraption is favoring them. It is favoring them. When you have a stable government and a stable country, they know they can no longer be able to steal what they are stealing from you. And that was why, from the very first time, the British refused to hand over power to the Southeast, South. That was why they refused to hand to the South, to the southern side. That was why they refused. That was why when the British was handing over, they refused to give power to the Oduduwa people and the Biafran people. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe and Awolowo was sidelined, and Tafawa Balewa was lifted up as the prime minister, and he was given all the powers. All the forces was in his hand to control. While Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe became a ceremonial president. A ceremonial president with no powers at all. Because they knew that if the powers were to be in the southern part of Nigeria, that they cannot be able to be taking the resources of the country for granted. No. They can't be taking the citizens of that country for granted. And they cannot be taking the resources without question. They knew that the only people who are willing to open the borders, open for them to take whatever they want, are those ones that are not citizens of the country. Are the visitors, the Fulanis. Fulanis have no base. This is a fact that everyone knows. They have no country of their own. I am not just saying it. A governor in Bauchi, former governor of Bauchi State, said it in national television that Fulanis have no identity apart from Fulani. And that is true. And that is true. They have no identity apart from Fulani. That is what they are. And that is what they protect. That is what they represent at all times. He said it on the national television. Everybody saw it. That's what they are. That is why he said they opened the border open for every Fulanese in West Africa to come into Nigeria. That wherever you are, as long as you're Fulani, that you can come in, you are free. This is one of the crimes that the late Muhammad Buhari committed. One of the crimes that if Nigeria were to be a country, that is a criminal offense. For you to open border portals and allow people who are not citizens to come and legalize themselves without any process is a crime. And the governor was defending that on national television, saying it, that they want to bring Fulanis. And he said that he himself has brothers in Mauritania. He has brothers in Mali. That you cannot just come and tell him that he's a Nigerian, that he's a Fulani. And every Fulani is a Fulani wherever you see them. What does that tell you? That tells you that they have no home. These people have no home. They have no country of their own. And when they discover that, now they are planning by all means to make Nigeria a place of their settlement. And that is why you see them trying to take away so many indigenous people from their land. That is why you see their Fulani herdsmen causing mayhem in villages. That is why you see Fulani herdsmen taking innocent life in several places. And the government is not reacting because they are in support. They are in charge. All this while you have been hearing people driven away from their places. Have you ever seen people from IDP camp going back home? Have you ever heard such news? Have you ever heard any news where they say that now finally the people in IDP are going back, who were driven from their village, are going back to where they were driven back from? You can't hear that. And I'm telling you about the northern part of Nigeria. There are many indigenous tribes in the north, but they are voiceless. Unlike the south. The south is lucky to have a loud voice like the Biafrans. The south is lucky. That is why when I see some people from the southern part of Nigeria attacking the southern the Biafrans, I'll just be laughing at them. People in the south don't even know the value of the Biafrans among them. Mainly the Igbo Biafrans. They cannot be intimidated. They cannot be pocketed. But look at the northern part of Nigeria. In the northern part of Nigeria, they have pocketed all the tribes, all the indigenous tribes in the north are in their pocket. The Hausa man today cannot come out and speak in the open. Hausa man cannot come out boldly and make a case for himself. Hausa man cannot come out and talk and people will take him serious. That is how bad it has become.
And this is what we are seeing on a daily basis. And do you think it's the right? Do you think if the Igbo Biafrans that are very loud on speaking up on opinions, if they're not in the South, it would have been a different ball game. It would have been a different ball game. Fulanis would have been taken over everywhere for a very long time. But the only stumbling block they continue to have is the Biafran people, mainly the Igbo Biafrans. Our Oduduwa brothers are putting up their fights, but they have succeeded in dividing the Oduduwa people because of religion. That was the attack they came. They came into Oduduwa land and they planted religion. And religion have given them that upper hand in Oduduwa land to begin to cause mischief. But it's not that way in Biafra land. In Biafra land, it's not easy for them. It's not easy for them to come and play that religious game. They have been trying for years, up to the extent of having their mosque and whatever they have, building a lot of infrastructures in Biafra land. But yet, they weren't able to win anybody. Because Biafrans know whom they are. Biafrans, we are religious people. And naturally born religious people. We know our religion. If you see any Biafran who is pretending to be another religion, he's wasting his time. There might be some few Biafrans who pretend to be in the other religion. They are just pretending. They are just pretending. They know whom they are. Every Biafran know who he or she is. Some of them who are pretending for their own selfish interest or for their own selfish gain. And even the Fulani Caliphate know that they are pretending. They know. But because of money, they are willing tools in their hand. They can buy them over. They can use them when they want to use them and dump them. Because they made themselves available. But originally, every single Biafran know his stance and his levels. No Biafran will give in to all those nonsense. No reasonable, no responsible Biafran will give in to those rubbish blackmail. No, they won't. We know whom we are. And we are the salt you have in that very contraption today. In as much as you see people, they refuse to confess it. They refuse to acknowledge it. The Biafrans, mainly the Igbo Biafrans, are still the ones today that are giving them a voice. The Igbo Biafrans, look at the issue of this restructuring. Who gave them the voice of restructuring? It was Mazen Nandekano. Mazen Nandekano, our supreme leader, that gave them the courage to come out openly and demand for restructuring. Some of you forget so easily. There was a time restructuring was a taboo. To mention restructuring in Nigeria was a taboo. There was a time in that contraption to mention restructuring was a taboo. You dare not say it. But our Supreme Leader Mazen Nandekano came with his message, preached the message, and make sure he opened all the hidden things, gave the courage to the people. The indigenous people begin to react, and they begin to ask for that restructuring. Today, you can see people who stand in the House of Assembly and talk about restructuring. You can see people in the Senate talking about restructuring. You can see debate of restructuring today going on the media. All because of the Biafrans. Mazen Nandekano took up that very responsibility and he made sure that people regain their strength, regain their voice. Biafrans today have regained their voice. People can now identify themselves with whom they are. It wasn't only for Biafrans, including our Oduduwa brothers. Today, our Oduduwa brothers can boldly defend themselves and call themselves Oduduwa. They can tell themselves they are Oduduwa. They sing their national anthem at any given point in time. Even their own courage is even stronger now than that of the Biafra. Their elites now have picked it up. They can speak about the Oduduwa people. They can talk about Oduduwa national anthem. But in Biafra land, what we have are betrayals, bunch of betrayers and cowards, people who are very irresponsible and shameless. And when you meet such people who are shameless, how are you going to shame them? There's no way you can shame a shameless person. All you got to do is to talk. After talking, the person continues to do what he or she wants to do. The only thing you can do for the shameless person is to make sure that the shame doesn't affect you. It doesn't rob you with that shame. You alert people around the shameless person so they can stay away, so that he doesn't rob them with their shame. And that is what we are doing today. That is what I'm doing today. To make sure you don't get involved with those shameless people. They are everywhere in this Biafran struggle. Shameless people who were lying to you. The next minute, what they spoke about, they knew that it's a lie. And the lie has come to the open. The whole world has seen it's a lie. And still yet, they wouldn't stop. They will continue to talk. They will come online and peddle a lie. In the next few minutes, the whole world will know that this person just lied. He just lied a few minutes ago. And the next hour, he's still back online, talking. And some people continue to listen to him. We are worried about those people who are gathering around them. For the shameless people, you can't shame the shameless. That is why we don't care about them. All we care about is the innocent soul in Biafra land. We have to keep them in touch, keep them awakened, to focus and obey instructions. Our Supreme Amazon Nanikano today is in a bad shape. There's no doubt about it. Our Supreme Amazon Nanikano is in a bad shape. And you can see that the Zoological Republic, they are trying everything possible to break Mazen Nanikano down. They are trying everything to break him down. But Mazen Nanikano, because of his callings, because of his anointing, he is still standing firm and standing strong. In the face of all the challenges, in the face of all the attack, he is standing. And he never wavered. They are sending missiles from right, left, and center. Are sending an attack from all corners against him. But he never shake. They are trying on a daily basis to break him down. That is why you are seeing all the news you are seeing. They started from starving him, keeping him on solitary confinement, refusing him from praying, refusing him from seeing his doctors, refusing him medical care, refusing him any form of treatment. And finally, they brought sick people where he is. They brought people infected with tuberculosis in his own area. And the whole world is watching. A detention center, DSS, where they are holding a prisoner of conscience, an innocent man whom the court have said, let him go. Today, that very place where they kept him is infected with tuberculosis. And they continue to keep him in that infected area. They continue to keep him, to expose him to infection. But Chukwu Okikadian will disgrace them. Chukwu Okikadian will disgrace every one of them. We are putting the world on notice. We are putting the world on notice for the crime against humanity that has been committed against Mazen Nandekan. They have taken away every of his rights. I wonder why these people that preach about human rights, people that preach about human rights and talk about human rights, today, the right of an innocent man is being violated before the whole world. And nobody seems to do anything. The right of an innocent man is being violated publicly in the open, unapologetically, and nobody seems to say anything. They pretend they don't see it. They pretend they don't hear it. The news of the infection of that very place where they kept Mazen Nandekano has been on the news. We have tweeted about it. Our new Prime Minister of the Biafra government, Exile, have tweeted about it. The British government tweeted about it. That their citizen is being kept in a place that is infected with tuberculosis. And yet, they kept silent. They are doing nothing about it. Trying to break Mazen Nandekano down. Mazen Nandekano is on a special mission. You can do anything you want to do, but you can't touch his life. They are provoking Biafrans to take actions. Every Biafran that is watching this video, any place you're watching from, there is something you must do. One of the most important things you must do is to follow every instruction that was given by our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa. Follow it up. We have talked about several kinds of civil disobedience. We have talked about several, if we were able to implement all those civil disobedience that Master Simon Ekpa talked about, if we were able to implement even 50% of it, I bet you by now, the zoo will be shaking. But each time Master Simon Ekpa spoke about her, each time the new Prime Minister of the Biafra government, Exile, spoke about her, these same evil men will attack it. They will attack the idea. They will attack the idea and attack the blackmail. They will begin to push their blackmail and propaganda from all corners, from all sides. But I bet you, it cannot be for too long. It cannot be for too long. We will definitely overcome them. No matter the challenges they bring, no matter the attack they bring, no matter where they come from, no matter the lie or propaganda they preach, we shall surely overcome them. Every Biafran that is watching me, you must sit up today. Pay attention to every instruction that have been given. Pay attention to every instruction that have been given by our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa.